Hey anglers, yeah, it's me again, Creaky Tiki. Going to talk a little bit about what gear you need to take on your trip and how to make sure you get all that gear off the boat at the end of your trip. Back in the day, going tuna fishing was a pretty simple proposition. Most of the trips were overnight, one day, and it was pretty straightforward. You knew the class of fish you're going to be fishing for. Generally, those fish were all pretty much the same weight. So all you needed was a nice red-sided bait fishing reel and rod, a bigger red-sided reel and rod with a trolling feather for trolling, and terminal tackle, box of hooks for hooking up the anchovies, and a few sinkers, maybe some split shot, or maybe a bag of rubber core sinkers. Throw in a quarter-pound spool of spare line just in case, and you were on your way. Heck, many anglers didn't even take a tackle box. Well, you certainly can't say that for today's trips. We're encountering fish anywhere from 15 pounds up to over 300 pounds, often on the same trip. And that means you got to bring a lot of stuff. Well, how do you make sure you have all that stuff, and how do you make sure you get it off the boat? I found that on today's tuna trips and on long range trips, it's good to have a checkoff list to go over before you leave. Make sure you pack everything you need. Now, this is a list I made some years ago for long range trips. I'm going to leave it on the screen for a little bit there. If you need to, maybe you can make a screenshot of it. Okay. That shows all the things I take on a long range trip. Now, I don't take all of that on every trip, but it's a reminder list to go over to make sure I don't accidentally leave something off. Do you need all of that stuff? No, probably not. But it's good to go over it and make sure you don't inadvertently get out there and find out you left off something important. Also make a list of all the major big items I'm taking. Rod bundles, tackle box, reel bag, duffel bag with clothes, pillow, sleeping bag nowadays, and some blank ones on the bottom to fill it in. Again, I'll leave that up a little bit in case you want to take a screenshot of it. You would be surprised what is left behind on boats. People get home after a few days of fishing, being up most of the night. There's been reel bags, tackle boxes, rod bundles, personal gear, you name it, cameras, you name it, it's unfortunately been left on those boats. So I found by using these lists, and I keep my big list in my back pocket and check it before I get off, I make sure that when I got that cart loaded, I go over this list and make sure all the big things I brought on are back on that cart and ready to go up in the car. So that's it. If you would like a printed copy, a downloadable copy of that list, send me an email at creakytiki.com, creakytiki.com, and I'll send you an e-copy of the list that I have. Your list will probably be a little bit different, but hopefully it'll be a good way to open your eyes and see things that you might not have thought about, and make sure that you do take everything you need on all your future trips. That's it for now. Tight lines, good fishing. Hope to see you out there. Creaky